Hello and welcome back to another video. Today I am taking a look at The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom running on the Nintendo Switch and comparing that with the Nintendo Switch 2 edition. On the original Nintendo Switch, Tears of the Kingdom targeted 900p in docked mode and 720p in handheld mode. On the Nintendo Switch 2, however, I'm happy to report we are getting a 1440p image in docked mode and a 1080p image in handheld mode. And whilst Tears of the Kingdom targeted 30 frames per second on the Nintendo Switch 2, but in many cases, especially when using Ultra Hand, it struggled to reach or even maintain that, on the Nintendo Switch 2 it is a silky smooth 60 frames per second, and image quality has taken a significant bump in the Nintendo Switch 2 version. As beautiful as it looked on the Nintendo Switch 2 version has a much sharper detail and clarity in far and distant objects, which you can see in the vast world of Hyrule. Another big improvement on the Nintendo Switch 2 edition of Tears of the Kingdom is the loading times. You will notice a significant difference in the loading times compared to the Nintendo Switch, definitely taking advantage of the faster memory and faster internal storage as well. And it is just an all-around improvement on the original game, which was already a technical marvel running on the Nintendo Switch in the first place. When you think about all the crazy physics that were going on in that and Ultra Hand, and in certain places like Korok Forest, which would absolutely tank the frame rate anyway, you throw in Ultra Hand there and that is a recipe for disaster. So this, I think, was the original vision for Tears of the Kingdom, but the hardware at the time simply could not deliver. However, I will say Tears of the Kingdom on the Switch was still a very enjoyable and technically impressive game considering the ridiculously dated hardware. And remember, if you already own The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild on your Nintendo Switch, and you have an active Nintendo Switch Online plus expansion pack membership, either individual or family, you can get the upgrade packs for both The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild for no additional cost. But anyway, that is enough of my lovely voice. Let's get straight into the comparison video.
Witness a king's revival. And the birth of his new world. How about this? Far more than you're on this time.
っ